it was home to subterranean mutants that are telepathic and worship a nuclear missile as their god. Why, hello there YouTube and welcome back to Freaky Future Reviews. It's Freaky Future month this month on the channel, so we're reviewing horror movies or sci-fi movies, or both, together, set in the far freaky future. So last week I did Planet of the Apes. I thought I would review its sequel, which I feel doesn't get talked about as much as all the others, Beneath the Planet of the Apes. Written by Paul Dern and directed by Ted Post, starring James Franciscus, Kim Hunter, Maurice Evans, Linda Harrison, and Charlton Heston. So this is the second installment in the Planet of the Apes franchise, and they thought after the success of the first film, they thought, we got to make a sequel, and they did. Charlton Heston, he wasn't really keen on being in the sequel. He only ever agreed to do it as long as he could die in the opening act. And he didn't die straight away, he actually went missing. And a rescue crew come down, end up on this planet of the Apes, where Brent, an American astronaut who was on a rescue mission for Taylor, ends up on the planet, and he gets caught up in all the stuff going on. He finds Nova. He then goes into the city of the apes where, Zira and Cornelius. Cornelius played by a different actor in this one. He was played by David Watson because Roddy McDowall was not available for this one. So it's the only one in the original films that doesn't feature Roddy McDowall, and he had a very brief scene in there. Not that I noticed at that time on the first watch, but yeah, knowing that, I was like, yeah, I know that's not Roddy McDowall, that's why he had the least screen time. But all the other cast members returned from the previous film playing Apes. And of course, we also find out, that Taylor disappeared into the underground and was beneath the surface, where it was home to subterranean mutants that are telepathic and worship a nuclear missile as their god. And of course the apes find out about this and they go barricading through and find these mutants as a threat. And after Brent finds Taylor, Nova as well, there's this big finale where there's shootings and fights, and with George Taylor's dying breath he sets off the nuclear bomb, destroying the Planet of the Apes and ending the franchise there. But of course we know it didn't end there. We got 3 more movies that followed after this one. So what did I like about this film? Well, like I said, I like that they got most of the cast back. Unfortunately, Roddy McDowall was not available, but everyone else I thought did great in this. And Dr. Zia's, Maurice Evans returning as Dr. Zia's, he was, well, a true nasty monkey in this. He really hated things that were not an intelligent ape. And we see a lot more of the gorillas in this one. We see one gorilla, I think it's Urko, who makes a speech about humans, saying the only good human is a dead human. And the makeup effects and stuff are still nicely done, I think. I thought they still had some good visual effects on them there. I also thought the visuals and the sceneries were still good, because the sets and that I think were pretty much the same, but the sets for the undergrounds, where they were beneath, was quite a subterranean setting. And how we see how far the future's come, where the intelligent beings as well are beneath the Planet of the Apes, the mutants. Good makeup on those as well. And also quite unsettling and unnerving. Again, it was the 1970 at the time. The whole thing about nuclear war was a possible threat, so they clearly played on that fear. But yeah, I like that Charlton Heston did agree to come back, but in a smaller part, which she did do. And yeah, I think this is probably one of the most violent ones in the original series, and I see why this was not given the PG-13 but an R rating. Yeah, this is probably the only R-rated film in the series. You know, after the first one had a PG rating or a PG-13. But anyway, yeah. This one, it delved into dark territories, and, you know, I thought was somewhat of a good sequel. Probably not as good as the first one, probably because after this one, the sequels and that weren't really based on any book or novel like the first film was. But, you know, Fox was like, they're making, you know, they're onto something here, let's make more sequels. So, you know, each year from 1970 to 1973 we were treated to a Planet of the Apes film, but they knew when to end it after 5 movies, and then the franchise lay dormant for some time. Anyway, yeah, Beneath the Planet of the Apes. Yeah, I liked it, so I will give it, I'll give this one 3.5 digits out of 5. 3.5 digits out of 5 for Beneath the Planet of the Apes. So there you go. There is my review for today. Have you seen this one? Let me know what you think down below in the comments. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. I've been Random Russ, and this has been a Freaky Future review. You can watch all of Freaky Future month so far on the channel, so yeah. Until next time, don't have nightmares.